welcome to our weekend session. Let us start our program today, our weekend space of infinity. Myself, Hari Chris from Melbourne, Australia, founder of Breath Universe, be part of this program on behalf of IFSS. We support from Breath Universe this program, and then I do host this program and have the opportunity to interact with great masters on this platform. So on that note, today we have another wonderful, amazing master. Welcome, ma'am, Sharoo Sahni. She is a wonderful angel emissary and also past life regressionist, karma board reader. I've been reading this intro, like she's looks like master of modalities, like she has touched almost every aspect and layer of the human self, which all to be healed, starting with past life regression, karma board reading, animal plant whisperer, and oracle reader, and also author of a book of her own journey, The Awakening, My Spiritual Journey. So from past 14 years, she has been teaching and spreading this science and spreading this light of love across many platforms of PSSM and also PMC Hindi, and counseling many people and helping them, heal and come out of various issues, emerge as new beings. And she helps them transform their lives through not just knowledge, by giving so many techniques and practical ways. So basically, she's known for her clarity of sessions. So I have heard before interacting, I have seen some of your sessions. It's so amazing to see you, how you have how simple your and straight your knowledge is. And I can sense, and as per your introduction, I can see that you not just talk, you have this sense of sensing and have those psychic abilities. So it's my pleasure to be able to interact with you today on this platform. So with that, we welcome. Infinity is a simple space, weekend space with not much of weight. It's a weekend platform where we come together, we meditate together, we share knowledge together, we get to know a master together. So this is a space to spend with no eyes, no identities, just meet here as souls and interact. So on that note, it's my pleasure to be able to interact with you today, ma'am. I cordially invite you to this program today. Thank you so much. Thanks.
Thank you. So much gratitude for the humble and the kind words, Master Hari. I'm so humbled, and I'm so elated. Pleasure is all mine to be on this platform. Thank you so very much, and thank you to all of you. I mean, whoever is here with me today, along with the angels. Yes, thanks to them, and Patriji's energies, which is always there with me. So thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
Great. Thanks, ma'am. So how we do this is like, for first 30 minutes to 40 minutes as you go, meditation.
Yes.
And followed by, we'll be doing an interactive talk. So is what we do. So I request you to conduct meditation for next 30-40 minutes for all of us.
Yes.
Over to you, and then we'll have more chat about your journey and everything.
Yes, we'll do that.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, yes, friends, I think, thank you, Master Hari. Thank you for giving me the opportunity. And thank you, the Infinity team, for giving me this opportunity. Before that, I want to say something about gratitude. See, when I started my journey, before that, gratitude was a little absent in my life. It used to come off and on. It was there, it was not there. It was not a ritual that I created for myself until I came into meditation. until I met with Patriji and became a beautiful part of the world of angels. And that is the time when I got to know that unless and until you actually appreciate something, unless and until you start being in a grateful, gratitude vibration, you will not be able to manifest anything whatsoever in your life. And trust me, friends, when I started doing that, I was able to manifest every little thing that I was asking for, which I was cribbing for, which I was, which was not there within me. So, what I did was I started appreciating and enjoying life. I started appreciating the little smiles. I started appreciating the faces that I used to see, the soul in them, the stories that they had. I started appreciating the little clouds and the sky and the stars, everything, the trees, the little animals, the pets, everyone. And slowly and gradually it happened that, I started, intentionally, unintentionally manifesting everything. So I started cultivating this habit, and it was very difficult for me to cultivate that habit, but I did. And there were three key ingredients that I actually understood, which I started also putting in my gratitude ritual, which I'm going to share it with you because I've written that in my book as well. So there are three key ingredients of gratitude. One is emote. Emote is when you don't just think about it, you feel it. When you start feeling the gratitude, that's when you start manifesting it. You just don't have to think that, yeah, I'm going to be on the gratitude vibration. Yeah, it is very important. I have to be. I'm a meditator. I have to be like that. No, you need to feel. Your cells need to feel. Your being needs to feel that gratitude has to be there. That is emote. The second thing is to extend. And when we talk about extend means it should not just be restricted to you, your being. You should extend this gratitude to other people, others. Maybe there are people who do not even know that the gratitude is so important. So you can do that prayer for them. You can extend it to the universes, to the dimensions, to the different worlds, to the people, to the countries where there is no peace. You can do that. And the third one is exercise. It should just not be the words. You have to exercise it regularly. You have to do that regularly because that gratitude becomes then powerful when you start feeling it, extending it, and exercising it. And when I covered these three steps of gratitude, that was the time when things started changing in my life. So that was the time when I started understanding that, joy and contentment is to be felt from inside. And it is going to come to you no matter what. So what I did was I stopped fighting. I stopped striving. I stopped running. I accepted everything that there was in my life. I accepted the way it was. And that's how I started thriving. So from the survival mode, I went to the thriving mode. So that's what gratitude does to you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Now we'll get into what Sharoo's journey is, and then, try to interact and then, learn a bit from her journey. So probably we'll do it like a little interview to start with, and then we can go by the flow wherever the angels take this forward for next 30-40 minutes. Yeah.
Mhm.
As I read your intro, and as I have seen your some of your talks, one unique thing is like there are past life regression therapists, there are tarot readers, and there are healers, and there are counselors, and there are authors, but you are sum total of everything. So to come to this state, I would like to go to the roots of it, like to see like where exactly it started. I'm sure this journey would have started with a purpose, not so easily. So where exactly it started, if I may ask.
So, Master Hari, actually, it started in 1990. So, but at that time, I wasn't aware of all these things. My divine purpose, or I have to get into meditation. There's nothing. I used to be very much connected with the divine at that time, and because I was a God-fearing child, I was being given this belief that you have to be scared of the God. So, but basically, I'd never done that. I was never scared of him or her, so to speak, to that energy. But I used to, you know, talk to them and talk to and communicate with them very easily. But it was in 1990 that I had few experiences with the deceased ones and with in fact, the energy of Lord Shiva. And I used to continuously connect with him. But slowly and gradually, it started fading off. And once it faded off, it was like, it was gone from my life. Yeah, it was somewhere dormant, but yeah, it was just gone. It was not until 2011 that I started recognizing it when this meditation, Ana-Pana-Sati, it came into existence in my life. So it was from then, that time onwards, there was no looking back. I started from 2011. 2012, I met with Patriji for the first time. And that interaction with not only Patriji, but with very, very, very different myriad of other masters like Judy Satori, Jash Mohin, Kaya and Christiane Muller, all these people, Dr. Newton Kondawati and Dr. Lakshmi, this opened my world. And then there were deep interactions with Patriji as well. And that's how it started. The stones started rolling at that time. Yeah.
That's beautiful that you have met so many great
Mm.
masters. I'm sure that it's not so like easy to just meet anyone and everyone. So it needs a purpose. So um, I'm sure what sort of, if I may ask about Patriji's meet in specific, like how exactly was your first meet? What was your first impression about him?
Oh my God. Don't ask. I was scared. I was scared. I was just like a rabbit who was scared that somebody's going to eat me up. It was like that. Because, at that time, Patriji's gauge, just one gauge, it used to just, scan your entire being. And, standing in front of him was a challenge for me. I was like, no, because there were so many imperfections and flaws, and I was aware of it. There were so many mistakes that I had done, and I was aware of it. And I knew that he could see through me and he could actually see everything, whatever was going on in my life and in my mind. So it was like, no, I can't stand in front of him. But he used to make it a point that, Charu, come here. Madam, aap idhar aaye. Aap idhar aaye. It was just like that. And I was like, oh my God, now what do I do? I can't even say no to them, no, no, no to my guru. And I remember, I was just asking him a question, and what he said was, go to the king's chamber and meditate. Do not come down before 1.5 hours. Do not come down and keep checking on you whether you're meditating or not. I exactly came after 2 hours, not even 1.5 hours. I came after 2 hours and I just sat in front of him and I was like, sir, I did the meditation. And he was like, what did you understand through this? And I was silent. There was mourn. There was nothing coming out of my mouth. And it was like, then got to know that, you have to read between the lines what the guru is saying. It's just not just few words. You just have to go deeper. And that's how I started understanding that meditation is just not closing the eyes. Meditation is more than that.
Absolutely. I think, yeah. I mean, meeting Patriji always was like, um, it's special every meet. And as you said, like he just scans. Like if you stand in front of him, you know that he knows. We know that he
Absolutely.
knows. So, uh,
Absolutely.
even I had the great opportunity to be able to travel with him in life for more than 10 years back then, from 2000 onwards. So, yeah, many great moments. And
Yes.
nice. So, now coming back to your journey,
Mhm.
uh, angel emissary. So where did this come in? When did angels enter your life?
2011,
Mhm.
to be more specific. And after that, it started happening in 2012. So 2011, when I was in the Pyramid Valley also, that was the first brush with the angels. When people were actually, we used to stay in a dormitory at that time in Pyramid Valley. Everybody was talking with each other, contemplating, and talking about the meditation and everything. And I was just sitting there, and I was just sitting there and brooding, thinking about certain things, meditating. And all of a sudden there was this brush with the one fairy, and I could not understand who she was. And I asked her, there were few there was this conversation that happened with her. And it was just, I just asked her that, are you going to stay with me in my life? And she said yes, and she went off. But that particular one little incident, it was like, that particular image, it stayed with me. And from that day onwards, everything changed. Because in the pyramid, when I was meditating, it actually accentuated, amplified my entire connection with the angels. So this is how it started. And then I started seeing the orbs, especially
Mhm.
here in my left eye. So I started seeing them. So this is how it started.
Yeah. So it's your experience, but what does it mean to the people that you interact with? When I say, does everyone need to have this sort of connection to the angels? Like, are the angels waiting there to help every single person? Is it only few people? And yeah, that's my primary question.
See, there is no special person with whom they get connected to. And when we talk about angels, especially the guardian angels, they have been there with each and every human being who's there on this earth, because they have been there with us in all the incarnations where we have incarnated. They have been there in our journeys and after life journeys as well. And they are the ones who also help us in our soul plans. So they are there with you. So you want to see them, you want to feel them. They will do that if you will allow yourself to be seen. That's what I believe. So people who have allowed themselves to be seen, so angels come to them and they help. So they help in the sense they will not interfere in your karma. They will not do that, but they will guide you if you are trying to diversify from that. So yeah, so that is what I learned from the angels. So if you ask me whether everybody are angels for everyone, so yes, they are for everyone, but it all depends whether you want them or you don't want them. That's what the free will comes, the choice.
That's a wonderful answer. See, my main motto is like, angel is some sort of a out of the world word for many people. But thing is,
Mhm.
like, after certain spiritual journey, we know that, it's a common thing. They're there everywhere. I mean, they are with you right now. So, and you exactly resonated the same, that, that they're there for everyone. So it's not
Yes.
some special person who gets some special pass to be able to access the
Yes.
message. So that's beautiful that you are able to help in that space, which is a very important space not many people have access to. So yeah, that's great. And another um, aspect that's so interesting about is like karma board.
Hmm.
What's this karma board? Like, I'm sure many might not have heard this thing called karma. Many might have heard
Hmm.
Ouija board, but not.
Ouija board, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, so the karma board is like, so there was this guru of mine. She's in now in Australia, and she was in Rishikesh. Okay, and I was there. I was visiting Rishikesh at that time, and I just thought I had heard about her a lot. I had interacted with her, over the phone call as well. So I just thought, why not? Why not I just go there and, try to be in her company? Let me see what I can learn from her. And she's just like a saint, she meets if she wants to. If she doesn't want to meet, she will just say, no, I don't want to meet with you. So thankfully, she said yes to me, and I interacted with her, and that's how I got to know about this karma board, where you actually get to know, through the sadhana, through the meditation, you get to know about the karmas. You are able to interact with the karmic council, the karma council. So it's like there is a galactic council, there is a karma council also. So you get to have a contact, communicate with them. And then there is this kind of a board that she helped me with, and she told me how to read that. So this is how the karma board came into existence. But right now, I do not use that board much, because it is all here. It is like, now it is hardwired here inside my body. So if I have to do that, I can just close my eyes and the angels help me out in it. So yeah.
Beautiful.
So that was a beautiful journey with her. It was just a, I think, 5 days journey with her, and she said yes to me. So yeah. So this is what it was.
Maybe know who she is, or maybe know
Sorry?
who she is,
She,
or
she, we always call her Ma, but now she's in Australia, and she's cut off from all the media, the social media, and everything. Because before going, she told me that she is going to do the sadhana and she's not going to come back. She's going to do that. So I was like, okay, yeah. So it was a great thing to be in your company. So I was a lot of
beautiful.
gratitude to her. Yeah, a lot of gratitude. Yeah.
Yeah. So, excellent. I'm glad to know that she is in Australia. Hope one day I somehow get to connect with her
Yes.
as I'm here. Let's see how the world
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
evolves around. So these are two. And the third curious thing is animal whispering and
Mm-hmm.
plant whispering skill. Like, uh, how did you get into this? See, Celestine Prophecy book, right? So there is this
Mm-hmm.
one scene there where she talks to plants, like,
Mm-hmm.
I read that book probably 10, 15 years back, and I practiced. I mean, I tried to sit and talk to plants and then, do it. It worked for me, but I haven't continued as such. Like, it used to respond literally. But thing is, that was part of many experiments that I have done. But thing is, what it means to us, are they actually telling something, or are they also acting as angels to tell something to us about our spiritual journey? Or is it just about interacting and talking to animals and plants? What it means to our spiritual journey, or what it means to us?
See, everything becomes or bears a message if you're ready to listen. Yeah, even a stone is going to bear a message. So it is just not the plants or the animals, or it's not even the humans. Each and every human will bear a message, even if that person is not saying anything to you. So depends how much are you connected with your own self? How are you connected? How much are you connected with the other world? So my journey has been a sequential journey. It's a chronological advancement. So it was the fairies, then the angels came, then the archangels came, then the ascended masters, then the energies. And it was then slowly and gradually, when I started honing my skill of communicating with them, that is how I started communicating with the animal world or the plant world as well. So I started, sitting with an intention that, I'm giving you love, a lot of love and gratitude. And if there is any message which can help me out in my divine purpose, please let me know. That was the intention that I used to sit with. And slowly and gradually, it happened that I started communicating first with the animals, the pets, because people used to come to me for their deceased pets, if they have any message for the ones, their loved ones. So I started communicating like that with them. And they always had a message, always, not only for them, for the loved ones, but for me as well. And be the plants. Plants are, they bear so much message. They have so much wisdom. I can't tell you. So I don't know whether you have, heard about Yggdrasil. It's a tree of life. It's like, a huge, big. So I have connected. I was able to connect with the Yggdrasil, even if, I was in the meditative state. And it has really helped me gain clarity about my life. So yeah, plants, lot of wisdom, lot of wisdom. And animals teach you kindness and compassion.
Absolutely. This is really important. Like, we just say like, love animals and then love plants or save environment or whatnot. But thing is, there is also one aspect, especially in West, when I teach meditation here, where there's a lot of animal sacrifices and the way animals are treated and plants are treated. I always think like there is a second side of it where first is connection. That's when you get to care them. Like, you need to have that this is mine. You should include them. And to be able to include, we should know what they are, right? So if what you said, like if an animal can speak to us and then say what they mean, and if a plant can speak to humanity and then say like what they mean, I don't think anyone will naturally harm anyone, like either an animal or a plant,
True.
because they get that. And you doing that great work of establishing that connection between animals, plants, and humans is an outstanding work. And thank you so much for that
Thank you.
space. And your work is very niche and very
Thank you.
important.
Thank
Uh,
you.
so your teaching, so the way that we are interacting here, and also some of the talks that I have seen, sounds pretty simple and straight and clear. Um, no heaviness in it, which is something that I love. And that's what I used to love from Patriji as well.
Yes.
Like at a very young age to be able to come into meditation and then go deeper into spirituality. The main reason was simplicity. Okay. So do you believe in talking simple, or uh, what is your way of teaching?
My way of teaching, there's one thing that I've learned from the angels and Patrijis: patience, perseverance, and persistence. That's it. These three words. And I worked upon that. And as far as simplifying life is concerned, uh, this is who I am. I'm very simple from inside. I'm very simple from outside. And I love simplifying other people's life, because who have complicated their lives because of their minds. And that's how I come in, or that's how the angels come in. And when you start connecting with the angels, there is this joy and contentment in you. There is so much of joy oozing out of you that you feel like sharing it with other people. Your life becomes so simple. Everything becomes so simple. And that's what you become an angel yourself, and then you start doing that to others. So simplification, yeah, it has simplified my life, and I am trying to do that for the others as well. Yeah.
It's good. The teaching is one thing, and teaching in simple way is a big thing in my point of view. So that's what you're doing absolutely. So your meditation, I mean, Patriji meditation, meeting masters, and all these modalities, they're all one part. But there are so many spiritual books out there. What made you become an author?
Yeah. Oh, it was all Patriji. The credit goes to the angels and Patriji. I mean, Patriji was, whenever I used to meet with him, Madam, where is your book? I'm still waiting for it. And I used to get this scare. It was like, oh my God, I can't write. I can't. I can, counsel people, but I don't know how to write a book where I can, spread this message that Patriji has given me or the angels have given me. So every time I used to meet him in a session or physical meeting used to be there, the first thing he used to ask me, where is your book? So I was like, I'm going to come out with it. And it was literally, I was so nervous. It took me one whole year to, just sit on this particular thought that I have to write a book. And when I did that, I don't even know from where these words came from. So yeah, this happened, and I went to meet Patriji to see to show him the manuscript, and he was not well at that time, and everybody was like, he will not be able to read the book. He's not in a position to read the book. So I think you should leave the book over here, manuscript, and probably if he gets the time, he will read it. And the thing happened. He came. He just looked at me. He said, "Kya hua?" And I was like, "Sir, the manuscript is ready." He sat there for 1.5, 2 hours. He read the entire book at a stretch, and he wrote a note. He said, "Where is the pen? I want a pen." And he wrote a message, which is on my first page of my book. And he wrote that, and he said, "Publish karo isko." So it was beautiful. It was really beautiful. So
Wow.
he's the driving force. I mean, I would not have written anything unless and until he would have literally, given me that push.
As we said, like he know that this should come from you, and then he pushed you to that reality. That's it.
Yes.
And
Yes.
glad that thing has come out. I haven't read, to be really frank, but I am very much eager to lay my hands on it soon. Uh, so now with all these modalities, various modalities. So this is another question. Like, okay, people meditate, they get experiences or not, whatever it is, they just sit and whatever, observe breath, whatever technique it is, they meditate. If a person is meditating regularly, is there a separate need of going to any sort of a modality separately? In terms of, let's say, I'm meditating every day, 40 minutes, 40, whatever, 1 hour, then do I need a separate way to do past life regression, inner child, angel, or where is this modality fitting into the arena of spirituality apart from meditation?
See, I believe firmly one thing, that if there is something that is important for your divine purpose, it is going to come to you. Otherwise, it won't.
Wow.
So it was supposed to happen because it was these little steps, these little learnings were important for me, for my journey, and that's why they came.
Hmm.
If it is not required for your divine purpose, then it will not come to you. That thought only will not even occur to you that you have to go learn any of the modalities.
Hmm.
So that's what happened with me.
Sure. Yeah. So why I ask this question is because like some people have this opinion of, let's say when I was when I've been teaching meditation for quite a few people, in this journey, some people get stuck at some places, it could be a fear, right? It takes a lot of time that requires little push and little meaning and little purpose to untie that, block. And that's where a lot of these modalities helped many people, that I have to just like do past life regression. Maybe feel like, you have something from the past, or inner child, or few of the modalities. So that really helped. So for people who think that just meditation is enough, yeah, it is enough until you stuck a block where these modalities always help ease the practice and push forward in my view. So that's why I have asked this question that, how important.
See, so one thing is always, everybody has to keep that in their mind, that they don't have to be dependent on the modalities. They have to be dependent on their own selves, their own breath, which is going to take them where they are supposed to be taken. But usually what happens is we get stuck. If it's past life regression, they will get stuck in the past. That, okay, I want to know, because so many people who come to me and ask me that we want to know about the past. The first question I ask is why? Why do you want to know about the past? They say that it is curiosity, maybe. I said, okay, I am going to satiate your curiosity. Then what will happen? Will you change? They say, I don't know. I said, no, because I want to know whether you will change if I quench your curiosity. And generally, what happens is, it is just the curious mind that is asking this question. And what I am interested in is that you have to change your present rather than, getting more and more into your past. And then people get stuck there. They don't want to change their present because this is what it is required, changing the present, because the past is already done. You can heal it to an extent, but you can't do anything else with the past. You can change, you can learn the lessons from the past, change the present, and then make your future accordingly. So yeah, this is what it is. You can't be dependent on the modalities.
That's pretty good insight. On, we should, end of the day, it's all us.
Yeah.
It comes back to us. So now, if I may proceed to the next thing, a general question of mine. See, a lot of people, you said like we were stuck. We are all stuck in mind. People are stuck in the mind, that's all. So what sort of mindset that we need to have to unplug the mind itself? Because what I have seen, why I'm asking mindset is also because we meditate every day, we cleanse the mind, we feel fresh, and then we start the day and we again get lost in it. And next day or by evening, sit meditation, and then, there are these patterns that people doesn't notice that, people keep getting back into these patterns every day. Cleanse mind, fresh for 8 hours. It's like taking some medicine or taking a nap and then fresh, and then again get back, right? So for these patterns, like, does human being should have any patterns at all or break all patterns? What's your take on it?
See, when I talk about any kind of anything that becomes a habit or a ritual, you have to understand what sort of ritual are you getting into with what mindset. Okay, because sometimes it happens, even if it's puja, what do people do? They go, they light up the diya, and they just do this, and then they sit and they go. That becomes a ritual. It is not going to help them out at all unless and until they try to understand why they are doing it. For what purpose are they doing the puja? For what purpose are you meditating? What is your intention? Is there a service mindset, or is there a sufficiency mindset, or is there a selfish mindset? What is it? With what mindset are you sitting? So nothing is supposed to be a ritual. Everything is to be enjoyed, appreciated, and then everything has to have a tag of a particular mindset, which I feel should always be a service mindset. Because when you have a service mindset, when you meditate, you know that, even if even if you're not physically present with anybody, you're at least serving the universe at that time. You're giving that peace to the countries, to the people to whom you cannot physically be present with. So this is what I feel. So I don't think so meditation should become a ritual, because when it becomes a ritual, it becomes boring, and when it becomes boring, you don't feel like doing it, and that's why people try to avoid meditating. So it is when you start enjoying it, when you start sitting with a service mindset, that's when the things change.
That's a very good answer. What I liked very much is like, meditation also should not become a ritual. Like, people break all rituals and make a new ritual called meditation many times,
Yeah,
which
they
again
do.
does the same thing. So this is a very good point that is for many, meditators. So before we that's a wonderful journey. I think within a given time, I think I tried to touch upon so people can connect with you in whatever way. So before we get into any questions, for a person who just started their spiritual journey, what's your advice? Are there any techniques? How should a new, person who's aspiring to free up whatever he want to? What's your advice?
It's just what I've learned from Patriji's 3 plus 2 plus 1 formula. Simple as that. 3 hours meditation, 2 hours book reading, swadhyaya, and 1 hour sajjan sangatya. That's it. This is going to help you out. And even if you're not going to do 3 hours of meditation, at least 1 hour meditation has to be done when you are actually connected with your own self. Nothing is to be done. Please simplify your life. Don't make it so complicated that, okay, I have to do this, I have to do that, I have to sit, I have to focus, I have to concentrate, I have to do this. No, just be with the breath. That's all. This is what is there, what I followed, and this is what is there for the beginners. That's what it is.
Best advice. Even so simple and straight. Yeah, absolutely, Patriji. The meditation. Go tell him something. It's like meditate, meditate, meditate. Always meditate. And I had we started as a teenager, so I used to sit for 40 minutes of meditation with flute, and he says last 1 minute, and that 1 minute
Yeah.
might become
Yes. I know
almost
it used to be so long. Yeah.
and sometimes he used to come sit on the stage, and there you cannot even escape it.
Yeah, you cannot escape. Yeah, exactly.
It's not
That's
I,
so true.
sometimes
Yeah.
but thing is, there's because you shared this, I want to probably tell a little bit about one of the most profound experiences I had, and that's what made me stand today here and then do all whatever that I'm doing today with Patriji. When I met him first time, and I by the time I got few experiences, okay, whatever visions or whatever experiences, and I shared with him, and he said, "Yeah, these are really good," and he made everyone clap. Then I got little confidence in me. You know what? He approved. I mean, he kind of accepted. So then I asked him a question. So I have a question, sir. He said, "Yeah, ask." So like, are all these experiences correct? Like, is it just my imagination, or are all these like real experiences? That's when I have seen he going really crazy and started shouting, "Did Buddha ever certify whether he is enlightened with someone? If any master has gotten any experience or enlightenment, he didn't go to anyone to get it certified. If I say that your experiences are right, are these right? No. You know what mistake you have done? Before confirming whether those experiences are right or wrong, you got up from meditation. Next time, don't get up from meditation until you get it."
Absolutely.
So, this has created an immense imprint in me that, what, until you get an answer from within,
From within. Yes.
like there's no space where you can get an approval. Like if you get an approval, you're still being dependent.
True.
So yeah, so I resonated a lot with your final advice that, end of the day, we all have to meditate. There's no,
Yeah,
there are no shortcuts for them. So
exactly.
yeah. No, it's a wonderful interaction and a wonderful feeling. I can sense you're so good, so cool, calm, serene, and pretty good. So
Okay.
thank you so much for sharing all your energies. But there's so many questions that are already coming up in the chat itself. So we'll take questions for some time
Yes.
and we'll go from there. So I think please raise your hands whoever is on Zoom who want to ask questions. Meanwhile, I'll ask some of the questions that are on the chat. So, how to connect with energy of my mother who passed away 2.5 years back? She was or is my angel. How do I connect with my mother by Anju Arora?
Mm-hmm. Anjuji,
Uh, yeah, go ahead.
okay, so the thing is, when we talk about the deceased ones, I agree, and I feel that yes, we have this that urgency or the urge to, connect with the deceased ones, or the loved ones, because you want to hear from them, you want to connect with them. But I would say that, if it has to come, it will come to you. If they have to connect with you, because you're already connected in the energy form, even if maybe after 10 years or 15 years or 20 years or 50 years down the line she takes an incarnation, still you will be connected with her because there are certain energy signatures which are left behind. Okay, so you will be able to connect with them even if you cannot see them or feel them physically, or you're not a clairsentient or a clairaudient or a clairvoyant. So that is even okay. See, but you don't have to badger yourself up, or you don't have to beat yourself up and tell yourself that no, 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 I want to get connected. So if she has to come to you, she will come to you in your dream time, during meditations. You will get the message. And if not, that's also okay. Just let go. Let them heal. Let go. Her blessings, her love is always going to be there with you.
Beautiful.
And
Beautiful.
during the meditation, I guess you can just, you know, shower your love and just say that I am stuck somewhere. I just need a help from your end. If you can provide that help, please, I would be grateful. So when you go with such words and intention, you will feel that, the help is going to come on your way.
Thanks. Beautiful. So next, I think it's a good question. Is it okay to ask angels to work for our benefits? Material benefits.
Okay, so the benefits. So when we talk about benefits, if it is material, then it will be given to you according to the karma. And if it is for the universal good, yes, the help will be given to you.
Great.
And that help is going to be very fast.
Yeah. One more question. How to learn to communicate with plants and animals? Contact Sharoo.
Okay, so it's again you have to let the universe open those portals for you. So it has not happened with me, instantly. The more you do the sadhana, the more you're connected with yourself, the more you meditate, the more the portals open. And as I said, that whatever is for you, it will come to you. Just let it go, and be in the flow. Don't be on desperate vibration that no, I'm desperate to do that. The more you are in that vibration, the more you will not be able to connect with any of the beings. You are going into if you go in the park, if there is this water body, or there are trees around, just keep your hand on the tree, pay your gratitude there, and then you will see the wisdom of the trees coming to you. And just try to connect your anahata with the anahata of the tree, and that's how you start getting the information and the wisdom. But you have to try it out. It all comes through practice. It isn't just not one day homework that you're going to do. It is years or years of practice that will come to you. Yeah. How are you
Since
doing?
it was, I'm doing good, Sharoo, much better. Thank you so much. Master Hari, since it was all about gratitude today, I would like to again take the opportunity of expressing my heartfelt and deepest gratitude to Sharoo ma'am. She's been a pillar of strength to me for the last 5, 6 years now, and I've had the beautiful opportunity of meeting her, being with her, and seeing her. Like you said, her simplicity is what gets to you, catches on to you, and stays with you throughout. I have seen so many ups and downs in my life, and she has been the one to kind of monitor everything to a 360-degree turn. When we connected during COVID period, little music pieces, and she would take us into guided meditation. And from there on, it has become such a ritual. Again, I will not use the word ritual here, like Sharu ma'am always says, but it has become a part of our life now. When we don't sit down, we find time somehow or the other to sit and communicating with angels. Yes, it takes a lot of practice, but for me, I am blessed to have been able to connect to the angels very easily after a period of, I think, 3 years maybe, but rigorous meditation, yes, definitely. And I must share one more thing about her communicating with animals. Uh, I am a Marwari, and it's a taboo in Marwari families to keep cats. And when Sharu was here, she saw at my place that I had a barrage of cats and their litter. And Sharu, let me tell you, they are still here. The third
Wow.
generation of cats are still here. And
Amazing.
there is one thing which she told me. She communicated with them. And one thing she told me, that when the time will come for them to leave you and go, when their purpose is done with you, they will leave. And sir, believe you me, the grandmother has passed away, the daughters are still here, their grandchildren are still here, and they have not left us. And today, I can sense their moods to a certain extent. They can sense my mood. They come to me when I'm low, and they understand. And I have made it, a point to tell everyone at home that nobody is going to shoo them away. And a nearby, a security guard left them somewhere. And after 15 days, she came back. Lind came back again, Sharu, again pregnant, and she
Wow.
came back to our place, and she's
Wow.
still here. So, and we just concluded a beautiful angel workshop with ma'am,
Yes.
and it was
Thank
such
you.
an eye opener. And we are so looking forward to the next level of our journey. And yes, connecting with nature, tree hugging is one thing Sharu taught us. Really, I mean, it's such a blissful experience for us, sir. Whenever we go to the park, it's very difficult to find such open spaces in metropole cities, but we make it a point, and we don't mind whether the people, anyway, people call us crazy, they laugh at us, but it's all part of our life now, hugging a tree, paying gratitude. And I have seen, even Sharu ma'am noticed it, all the plants in my house, they were wilting away. And she gave us a technique to start talking to them lovingly, to tell them that we love them, that, they mean a lot to us. And it so happened that, yes, they started listening to me, and we started talking to them, and they bloom beautifully. So, all my gratitude to Sharu ma'am. Thank you so much, Sharu ma'am, for being in our life. And thank you so much for connecting with us again today here. And we always look forward to your sessions. Thank you so much for giving me so much time. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
Thank you
Beautiful.
so much.
Thank you so much. And see, this is the best testimony for all the work that you do, Charu. Like
Thank you.
how and lovely to see people really, get back and send so much. She has cats all along, but through you, she could, get connected to them after so many years. So things are all around, and it's about establishing that connection. And that's what you became the bridge between people and the consciousness. So lots of gratitude from all of us as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And I think Vidisha is equally responsible for whatever has come, a good that has come into her life, because she is also very open to whatever was being taught to her, and she just took it. Even if I am a very hard taskmaster, even if I was saying something to her, she used to take it with a pinch of salt. But she knew that she had to work on herself, because I become a hard taskmaster when it comes, of changing the lives of other people, because I know that they can do it. They have that potential, and they can transform and change. So yeah, equal gratitude to Vidisha. Thank you so much, Vidisha. Thank you.
Thank you. Right. Are you okay for a couple more questions?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, two more, and then we'll end. So I'll probably group the question by Krupa. So it's all about how to change the patterns in our mind. Like, for example, change the mindset of complaint mindset or lack. So there are different patterns that we follow. We keep complaining, or we keep thinking that, I don't have anything. Okay. How can we transform this? Um, uh, and how can we forgive people? Because we complain because we think that someone has done something to us, right? So when we get into these kind of low energy depleting patterns, and how can we shift from energy depleting patterns to energy enhancing patterns?
The only thing that you have to do is self-monitor your thoughts. Nobody else is going to come and help you out. You have to monitor yourself, monitor your thoughts, where your thoughts are going. And then once you're self-monitored, when you know that there is this thought, the negative thought, that is there with you for about 1 hour, you have to cut that thought there and then. That no, I don't want to think about it now. It has already taken my energy for so long. Now I don't want to put my time and energy and space into this. There are certain other things that I want to put my energy in. So this is what I did, because there is nobody who's going to do that for you. You have to do it yourself. If you are in a complaining mood completely, then you have to come back. It is going to be very difficult, because the self-talk because most of the time we get into the negative narrative. So we just have to put a full stop there. And that putting that one full stop is the most difficult thing in our lives. So that is something which is going to come through the practice when you start creating that muscle consciously and mindfully. So you just have to stop yourself. No, I don't want to do this. It has taken already my 1 hour of my day. I can't do that. And then just close your eyes, switch to your breath just for 5 minutes or 2 minutes time. And you will see that that thought will just go away and ebb away. But if there is something that is really, really bothering you, then you have to sit with that particular one thought, that why is it bothering me? Because otherwise it is going to become or transform into a core belief. So you have to work on that thought. You have to get into the root cause of the entire thing, that why is it coming from? Where is it coming from? And are there any layers that are attached to it? So once you're able to do that, you will be able to come out of it, that thought, that complaining thought pattern. But it is going to, again, take time. It is going to take 6 months, 1 year to practice and to develop that muscle.
Absolutely. Oh, great. Thanks. Maybe last question on experience. I think Tejas. So Tejas is a beginner who's doing meditation from past 3 months. And I'm getting jerks like anxiety jerk. I don't know exactly what it is. So is that how jerks feel in meditation? Is a question. I'll have little extension to it on meditational experiences. Like, jerk is probably one of the experience. So how to perceive and see various meditational experiences in the initial days of the journey.
You don't have to get attached to any kind of vision or experience. Generally, we do that because we get into the questions like why? Why is it happening? What is the meaning of that? What is the meaning of that vision or the experience? That's how our mind works, because we want to know, because mind is always in the survival mode. And if there is any threat or the fear or a change that is in our body, the mind will always keep reacting to it. It will never respond. It will react that, hey, this is not right. This is something which is not right. You do have to just go back to your normal self. You have to go back to your comfort zone. You can't be here. So you can't get attached to anything. Rather than getting attached and getting into why is this happening, or what is the meaning of this, just get into the normal flow that, okay, this is just an experience that is happening. And once all the blocks of my body or the blockages of my body are going to go, this experience will also go, and I will get the experience according to the evolution of my soul. So when you sit with that kind of an intention, slowly and gradually, what will happen is the portals will open, and the experiences, whether they have to come or they have not to come, whether they have to stop or they have to continue, it will happen. So go with the flow. Just don't get attached to anything. That's what I learned with Patriji. I mean, for him, visions were nothing. Visions were like, okay, you're getting the visions, fine. You're getting the experience, fine, but don't get attached to them. So that's what I always tell the people, don't get attached.
Very good. Thank you. All right. But I think the specific question as well, where is that something wrong to get this jerk? Is it an anxiety jerk? Is the question from Tejas.
No. So, okay, the jerks, why do they come is when we are traveling astrally, or you might have noticed during our sleep time, during our dream time, every day for 30 minutes, our soul leaves the body. It is not that you are, only few people can do astral experience. All of us, each and every human being has the ability to astral travel, because we are doing it every day for 30 minutes. Every day, every night. So what happens is, if we are aware of that particular thing, so when our body is moving out, when our soul is moving out of the body, and when it comes inside, for example, because it is attached to a silver cord, our soul is attached to the body with a silver cord. So when the soul is coming inside and something has happened, maybe the alarm has rung, or maybe something has happened, or some thought has come. So all of a sudden it comes back with a jerk. And that's how you feel, your body jerking. Or sometimes it's this astral experience that you're getting. So there is nothing wrong with it. There is nothing negative about it. Everything is absolutely good. You don't have to worry about it.
Wonderful. Thank you, Sharoo. I think it's a great conversation with a mix of learning a little bit about where you started and then what all you do, and some very good aspects like angels and interacting with plants, animals. We covered a lot, and you are a multifaceted master some very few masters that I have met in my 25 years of journey. So I'm so glad that I have met you. I'm sure we'll be doing more of these things, and we'll work together.
Yes.
Really
Thank you.
looking forward, and thank you so much for giving time for us today through IFSS, and all these organizations are helping to move forward. So thank you so much, Shara, for
Thank you
giving.
so much. And I think the feeling is all mutual. So, I've met with you at the second time because I remember, being in a session with you once. So
Yeah.
it is after a long time I again got connected with you, and it has come because there is a purpose, and there's a divine purpose behind that. So thank you so much for your loving and the kind words that you've always used, and for being you, who you are. So thank you so much, and lots of love to all of you who are listening to me and who are here with me. Thank you so much. Lots of hearts. And thank you so much from the angelic realm for being here with me. Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so much.
Shukriya.
Have a
Thank you
great.
so much. Thank you.
All right. With that, we have come to the end of this session. Thank you so much for joining and having this wonderful evening with wonderful meditation and wonderful guest, as we all know. With that, we'll see you again next week. Thank you so much, and have a good weekend and great spiritual evening. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you so much.